Everyone remembers the slap bet, right? One wager in season 2, and Marshall spent 7 years catching slaps across Barney's face while a self-appointed commissioner kept the rules.
You can slap him.
What? Wait, you...
The show slapped him 8 times for a bet and 0 times for the things that actually earned it. It kept the count, but nobody ever held the trial. So that's what this is, a trial.
You have to be unbiased and put the integrity of slap bet above all else.
One case at a time, and I'm ruling on every one of them because I have nothing better to do. And by the end, you'll have to answer the same question Barney did. 10 slaps right now or 5 for eternity? So here is every time Barney deserved to be slapped, starting with the night the ledger opened. It all started with a bet, my friends. Robin wouldn't go anywhere near a mall, and she wouldn't say why. Marshall bet she was secretly married, Barney bet it was an adult film, and neither man could cover $20,000, so Barney proposed the ultimate wager.
I've got it. The ultimate wager, slap bet.
Oh, slap bet. We used to do those when I was a kid.
Whoever was right got to slap the other across the face as hard as humanly possible. No rings. Then Lily was sworn in as slap bet commissioner, an honor the boys promised would follow her to the grave.
You can be slap bet commissioner.
Oh, I love it. What are my powers?
If a problem arises and we need a ruling, that's your job.
The slap discipline, it collapsed sort of kind of almost immediately. Robin told Ted she was married. The confession was fake, and Marshall didn't wait for verification. He slapped Barney on the spot, so the commissioner ruled against her own man.
Barney gets 3 slaps.
3?
1 because you lied, and 2 for being prematurely slapped.
Barney collected all 3 instantly, and Marshall looked ready to cry, and none of it taught him a thing. His research turned up a certain videotape in Malaysia. A few seconds of one Robin Sparkles begging a teacher called Mr. Johnson.
Please don't give me detention. Isn't there something I can do to make it up to you?
Barney called it proven and slapped Marshall mid-video. Then Robin hit play, and out came a Canadian teen pop star singing about going to the mall.
And yet a slap occurred without the permission of the slap bet commissioner.
Looks like somebody suffered from premature slapulation.
Marshall had won the whole bet, so Lily handed down the ruling.
Either 10 slaps right now in a row, or 5 slaps that can be doled out at any point from here to eternity.
Ooh.
10 meant 1 horrible minute and a closed tab forever. Barney signed up for the version where any quiet moment could end with a hand across his face.
I'm gonna go with the 5 for eternity.
Good call.
Horrible call.
My man turned down a 1-minute payment plan for a lifetime subscription to jump scares. Verdict. This one lands on both tabs because both men swung early on 0 evidence, and I had to find each of them on a bonus slap for contempt of commissioner. But anyway, that same night, Ted and Robin kissed, everyone went soft, and Marshall struck.
Oh.
That's 1.
4 slaps stayed on the books, cashable from here to eternity, and this countdown ends on the last of them. But the bet's first real workout came the night Barney committed a crime against the art of theater itself. So Lily invited the whole gang to her play, flyers in hand and genuinely proud, and Barney refused before he even knew what it was. He had a whole doctrine ready, filing friends' plays alongside airport rides and helping people move.
Call a cab, book a room, hire some movers, and repeat after me, friends don't let friends come see their crappy play.
The uncomfortable part is that he had a point. The play ran 3 hours, up 8 flights of stairs. Lily played envy opposite rage, greed, and consumerism, and somehow Ted was into it too. Afterwards, everyone lied to her face except one person.
You know, if you did a play, I would sit through the whole thing and I would compliment you on it afterwards.
Oh, really? You would?
Yes.
Bad move, Aldrin. Bad move.
She walked into that trap on her own. The next night, Barney premiered his revenge, engineered to be unwatchable, and he said so up front.
It's my one-man show premiering tomorrow night, and even though it's terrible and excruciatingly long, I expect you all to be there since we're such good friends.
Oh, we'll be there.
But he delivered every word of that promise. The first 40 minutes were Barney saying moist, the one word Lily could not stand. Then he soaked Lily with a water gun for 20 minutes.
I have to go refill. I'll be back in a moment. Play's not over.
Ted's whole review of the next stretch was that it got weird. Lily finally cracked, apologized for dragging them to her show, and refused to compliment his.
You win, fine. Barney, I'm sorry I made you come to my show.
Thank you, Lily.
Barney celebrated so hard that she made everyone stay for the rest. Another hour and a half purely on principle. And Act 2 brought the robot love song, and Marshall decided that everyone had suffered enough at that point.
2, 3, 4.
This one took no deliberation. Deserved, and I had it ruled before he even refilled the water gun, to be honest. Slap number 2 of the bet, though, collected mid-verse and an entire room walked free. Slap 3 landed on another day off this list, but the 4th, it became so precious to Marshall that it literally showed up gift-wrapped. Check this out. The crime that opened this one, it was tiny, guys. Marshall's Thanksgiving turkey had gone missing. Ted and Robin tracked it down at the Lost and Found, and the moment they handed it over, Barney tried to skim credit off a rescue he had no part in.
It was totally a team effort. I'm so happy.
Ted shoved him straight out of the group hug, which tells you the size of Barney's contribution, and Marshall, drowning in gratitude, presented Ted and Robin with a Thanksgiving gift, the 4th slap from the original bet.
You're saying?
Probably not. Unless you think I'm saying Slapsgiving 2, Revenge of the Slap, in which case, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying!
Barney went full lawyer mode, insisting slaps could never change hands, so Marshall appealed to the commissioner.
Slaps are transferable.
The rules came fast. Slap before sunset, so dinner survived. One slapper chosen between them, and Barney strapped into a chair renamed for the occasion.
We're gonna tie Barney to this chair, which shall henceforth be referred to as the slapping throne. Sound fair?
From there, the whole day was a fight over who got to swing. Robin handed it to Ted for the year he'd had, left at the altar and out of a job, but Ted wound back and stopped. He figured Robin carried reasons of her own, so back it went, and she couldn't swing either.
It hurts! No, I can't do it. I can't take this from you, Ted.
Then it went to Lily's dad, Mickey, who had known Barney for about an hour, and even he folded mid-wind-up.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Thank God. Lily?
Then he handed it to Lily, an apology for every birthday he missed. And Lily, the commissioner herself, warmed up her hand and froze.
I can't do it. Why can't I do it?
Because this slap has done exactly what I hoped.
4 grown adults holding one free slap, and every single one of them choked. Marshall, though, finally called the whole thing off, gave a speech about the slap, bringing them all together, and untied them. Barney got about 1 sentence into celebrating.
This is the best Thanksgiving!
That's 4!
Guilty, and I still hesitated, because watching 4 people fail to swing had me half convinced that maybe nobody should. But Marshall, he had no such problem. He flattened his best friend onto the floor and pivoted straight to dinner into the same breath. And Barney sat through the meal knowing 1 slap was still owed. And the case file, it isn't closed, y'all, because the next slap on this list arrived with an actual kung fu legend attached. Yeah, and Marshall swore every word of that story was true. Marshall came back with a story. He'd spent the last year, he claimed, chasing an ancient slapping technique to Shanghai. 7 years of slap had left Barney numb, and Marshall wanted this one as painful as humanly possible.
You seek to learn the slap of 1,000 exploding suns.
1,000 suns lasted about a minute before the legend quietly became 1,000,000, and the table gaslit anyone who noticed.
A second ago, wasn't it the slap of 1,000 exploding suns?
Pretty sure I said 1,000,000, guys.
He said 1,000,000.
Marshall's story, you see, it came with 3 retired masters of slappistry, 1 for speed, 1 for strength, and 1 for accuracy. Redbird looked 32 and claimed 86, and Whiteflower owned the most feared name in 40 villages. Accuracy guy trained out of Cleveland, which, you know, is already kind of a slap in the face.
I know you're trying to freak me out, but like I said, it's not working, so I will give you much gold to stop wasting my time.
Then the jukebox behind him started chanting the slap's name in scrambled numbers, and the Immunity Act, it cracked. Barney fought back by calling it a prop planted to mess with them. The gang protested it cost $8,000, and Marshall answered with a quiet offer of much gold.
Marshall, that jukebox cost $8,000.
I have much gold.
$8,000 to rattle one man's nervous system, and honestly, money well spent, to be honest, guys. Half the table, meanwhile, swore Marshall never went to Shanghai at all. None of it, though, stopped the slap, which landed the second the training was complete. And I have to be honest, this is where it gets annoying for me, because by Marshall's own story, the only thing Barney did was lose a bet 7 years earlier. No lie this time, no scheme, no victim, just a legal slap getting an upgrade.
Look at this thing, it's all hot and glowy.
So no, and it feels gross saying it, but Barney didn't do anything to deserve this one in my opinion. The count still moved to 7, one slap left, no date attached. But save your sympathy, my friends, because in the next case, Barney offered $20,000 for a favor, and he got laughed at for it. One duck-covered tie, that's the whole crime scene. Barney owed Lily and Marshall a full year in that thing after losing a bet. And the how of it, that's a longer story for another day. But what matters is the deadline. Nora's parents were 2 days out, Barney really wanted them to like him, and nobody impresses future in-laws dressed as a pawn. So he started throwing money at it.
$5,000.
No.
Is he serious?
$10,000.
No.
Dude, just take the money.
$20,000.
No.
Yes.
I'll let you slap me in the face as hard as you can.
You have my attention.
$20,000, it bought nothing because the ledger already held the only currency that mattered. The original penalty was 5 slaps. Marshall had delivered 4, and 1 still hung in the air, so Barney kept selling.
What do you say, Marshall? Are you gonna seize this slap opportunity? Or let it slap through your fingers?
Don't let him tempt you, Marshall.
It worked through an assist nobody ordered, though. That night, Lily and Marshall made a baby in Barney's bathroom, so they decided they owed him one, and the repayment carried a price tag.
You can take off the ducky tie. Yeah. For 3 slaps.
3 slaps?
All right, y'all, run that math, because 5 slaps became 8, and the 3 extras came from the man whose face they were booked to land on. Barney remains the only man alive who ever bought slaps against his own face and then acted surprised at delivery. Marshall, he cashed 2 immediately, back to back.
3 slaps remaining.
3 slaps. Wow, I like the sound of that. I think I'll save those bad boys, for a rainy day.
Okay, the worst is over.
And so the verdict. Deserved. Both times. And he begged for them. And honestly, I'd have thrown in the 2 that he hadn't paid for yet. So the tie came off, the handprints went on, and Barney closed the night owning 2 slaps he wrote himself. And now we have the next one, which bugs me most of all, because that offense had nothing to do with the bet, and nobody ever slapped him for it. So Ted came home one night and found a naked stranger sitting calmly on his couch, because why not? The stranger's name was Mitch, and he was waiting for Robin. The nudity was the entire strategy, though. The move works like this, you see. The date is dying, she steps out, and you undress and wait. When she comes back, you bet the whole evening on her reaction. Mitch even had his own numbers.
There is no way that works.
2 out of 3 times.
2 out of 3 times.
2 out of 3 times. Just have to pick your spot.
Barney, he heard this and reacted the way other men react to religion. Years of plays, suits, and secret identities, and some ordinary guy had beaten the whole system by taking his clothes off.
I mean, I'm like Batman, but this Mitch fellow, he's Superman.
So he ran it back that same night on a woman he had just met at the bar. She came back, found him bare in her hallway, and delivered the third outcome.
Get out of here right now! Get out! You sick son of a bitch!
Call me.
She kept the suit, drowned the phone, and left Marshall listening to every second of it. That woman owes me nothing, and I would still buy her a drink. The case is simple though, my friends. He ambushed a total stranger with a 1 in 3 grenade built entirely on another man's math. Me, I stopped finding it funny the second she had to scream him out of her own home, but no slap ever arrived here. And so, verdict, he had one coming, but he never collected it. And I'd have crossed town to deliver it myself, to be honest, but what he collected instead was the walk. Going home through New York wearing nothing until a costume store sale appeared like a burning bush and he thanked God by name. And somewhere, the universe clearly kept his unpaid balance on file, though, because up next, it started collecting in public from women he hadn't even finished a sentence with. Women had started slapping Barney out of nowhere at this point. I'm talking about the hardware store, the pet store, the museum, 3 in 1 week before he could even finish the con. He brought the mystery to the gang like a crime victim, then explained his hunting grounds.
Something strange is going on. I was down at the hardware store trying to get a little something.
Wait, you go to the hardware store to pick up girls?
He was walking a crying widow towards a skid-proof ladder, stepped away, and came back to a slap. The pet store went the same way, and at the museum, he played a man going blind, soaking up beauty before the darkness. These women, though, they weren't psychic. The next night, a blonde stranger pulled Lily aside at the bar.
Hey, a word of advice? That guy you're talking to, Barney Stinson, I know he seems charming, but he's just saying whatever it takes to get in your pants.
You see, an ex was tailing him, warning women away from him, and his answer was a scrapbook of every woman he'd slept with. Professionally decoupaged, and when that pool ran too deep, well, there was a tournament.
The top 64 women I've slept with, split into 4 regions. This tournament will systematically narrow down which girl has the most cause to hate my guts.
Y'all, he seated 64 grudges on a blackboard stolen from Lily's classroom. The gang, they played along. They argued fake proposal girl against 12 hours to live, and a dead wife's kidney made the Sweet 16. When the final 4 apologies solved nothing, though, Robin staged a sting with herself as bait, and it flushed out a blonde woman. Barney, he didn't recognize her, and that cracked him open.
From the bottom of my heart, for whatever I did to you, I apologize.
Oh, Barney! Oh, I'm so proud of you. That's not her.
Wrong woman! Sally was Robin's friend from work, but Sally was never the point. The widow act, the fake blindness, the scrapbook, those slaps were answering all of it. So, verdict, those slaps were a down payment on years of unpaid damage. And honestly, I'd have chipped in. The tab, it never closed because the saboteur was never identified, still out there in the wind. And Barney, he never learned her name. But it gets worse from here, though, because 1 page of his playbook did more damage than every slap in this video, and Barney, he never took the hit for it. Okay, so there's a page in the playbook called Don't Drink That, and the name, it's the friendliest thing on it. Barney unveiled the whole book fresh off the Robin breakup, and introduced it with real pride.
The playbook contains every scam, con, hustle, hoodwink, gambit, flim-flam, stratagem, and bamboozle I've ever used or ever hope to use.
You see, most pages in that book are costumes and fake names. This one has a victim count, though. He warned a woman drinking alone that somebody had spiked her drink, then supplied the culprit by pointing across the bar.
Whoa, don't drink that. I saw some guy slip something in there.
What? Who?
That guy.
Man, Ted took a full speed tackle for a play he never even auditioned for. That accusation, though, is about the heaviest thing you can say about a stranger in a bar. And Barney, he used it as a freaking icebreaker. The woman believed him instantly because nobody invents that for fun. Ted got flattened by a stranger over a crime that never existed, but the page, it's what separates this from a regular lie, you see. He wrote it in advance, named it, and filed it next to Mrs. Stinsfire and the Snassa, ready to run again on the next woman in the next bar. Fans got here before me, though, and Screen Rant, they flat out called it his absolute worst play. So the verdict is he earned this one and never got it. So the bill landed on Ted's face instead. And honestly, if I could refund 1 tackle in this whole show, it's that one. Instead, the woman thanked the man who lied to her. Ted peeled himself off the floor, and the page slid back into the book for the next bar. But guys, every place so far at least hunted strangers, but the next offense, well, it came straight for Lily's actual family. So there's one line a wingman never crosses, guys, and it's your buddy's date. Well, Barney crossed it because of course, then turned around and crossed it again for the identical copy. And he paid for it in the grossest way this show ever managed. It started as a make-good. Okay, so Marshall was newly single after 9 years, and Barney pitched the perfect do-over of a failed night.
What if I told you that you could relive that night with the exact same conversations, the exact same jokes, only this time you get her and I don't?
Marshall's one condition, though, was that Barney not steal the new twin, which tells you how their last night ended. The double date actually went great for Marshall right up until his wingman leaned in.
Listen, you're gonna have to leave now. I just talked with the twins, and get this, I'm going home with both of them. Yeah, that's happening.
His defense, guys, was that single life is a lawless, post-apocalyptic wasteland. Every hombre for himself. Then he told the twins Marshall had food poisoning and talked himself into a threesome. Oh, okay. Back at McLaren's with both twins, Barney was mid-brag about a promotion when Lily arrived.
Lily?
You gave me chlamydia, you jerk.
So 2 drinks, 2 separate trips, one for her and one for her twin sister's behalf.
You gave my twin sister chlamydia, you slime.
You see, earlier that day, Marshall had won Lily back, and he'd asked her for one favor that she couldn't question.
Actually, there may be something that you can do for me, but you can never, ever ask me why.
The whole twin situation was his revenge for the food poisoning con. And so, verdict, he deserved both drinks and then some. And I'm buying Lily the next round myself, to be honest. But the twins followed her out, the story died unfinished, and a dripping Barney saluted the man who got him.
Well played, Erickson. Well played.
Alright, y'all, but 2 drinks is a light sentence around here. So, what follows set a personal record. The most slaps ever collected in a single evening. Watch this. So, Barney was out with Nora wearing a heart monitor under his shirt for a checkup, and halfway through dinner, she did the one thing I'd never have the guts to do on an early date.
I want to get married. I mean, not tonight, or even to you necessarily, but that's what I want. And if that's going to scare you off, then I'd rather it scare you off now.
She told him exactly what she wanted. No games, so if that scared him off, it would scare him off right now.
That's exactly what I want too.
And the answer, it was a lie, and it wasn't even a freelance lie. That same week, Barney had begged Lily to hold his hand through the doctor's appointment, and she agreed on exactly one condition: don't lie to Nora.
On one condition. You have to promise me you won't lie to Nora. She seems like something special.
So when Lily heard that line, she opened his tab with a slap on the spot. And instead of quitting while he was behind, Barney spent the rest of the night building the lie taller. He performed a whole future at dinner: 3 kids, an old stone house, a pool. Then he paraded Nora past the gang at McLaren's, and when their faces started giving him away, he handled his best friends the way he handled everything.
Just remember, I have got dirt on each of you, and I am not afraid to spill it.
Barney, you can't blackmail us into lying to Nora.
Actual blackmail over a fake marriage dream. And it worked! At the end of the night, standing at the door with Nora actually inviting him upstairs. Barney picked that exact moment, though, to get honest.
There's just one little thing, and it probably doesn't matter, but I don't want to get married. I've been saying that all night just to get in your pants.
Count them, y'all. Nora at the door, obviously. Lily again, collecting on her broken promise. And then his own cardiologist, an actual medical professional who heard the story mid-checkup and decided the heart data, it could wait. And Barney's defense somehow earned every one of them retroactively, because he told Nora the whole disaster was her own fault for saying what she wanted out loud.
I was on the spot. This is your fault.
My fault.
Yeah, with the whole I want to get married thing. You can't just tell someone exactly what you want out of a relationship. This isn't England.
Alright, here's the verdict. Deserved. The one thing that survived the wreckage was the machine strapped to his chest, because it caught something Barney wouldn't admit. At 8:30, the minute that dinner started, his heart literally skipped a beat. He walked back into her life the next day. So the man could be slapped by 3 people in one evening and still land the girl, though. But the next case on this docket is the one where the person he wronged never got to slap him at all. And it was his best friend in the world. So guys, Barney, he kept a rulebook for male friendship, and he claimed he drafted it in 1776 over drinks with Ben Franklin and George Washington on the back of the Constitution to save paper.
Barney Stinson shall write the Bro Code.
And I shall include a provision that stateth no eye contact in a devil's 3-way.
Why not? Why not? But only Barney would forge a founding document to make his own rules feel official. And the article that actually mattered, it surfaced the week he suddenly needed a lawyer.
Because the bro code clearly states no sex with your bro's ex. But if you, my lawyer, can find a loophole somewhere, then that bad feeling will go bye-bye.
That's Barney hiring Marshall to find him a loophole because he slept with Robin, the ex Ted dated for a year. Marshall, he searched every article but found only a spotless record of Ted upholding the code. So he told Barney the truth, that this was never about the code, and the only cure was confessing. Well, Robin beat him to it. She blurted it out to Ted over an old photo, apologizing, hoping they could stay friends, and Ted said he was fine. Then Barney confessed in the limo on Ted's 30th birthday, and the calm burned off in 1 second.
3 billion women on the planet. 3 billion! And you have to sleep with the one that I dated for a year? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Barney knew what he had coming, so he set the price himself.
1 free shot. On me. Anywhere but the face.
That was the entire physical bill. 1 punch, invited by the offender, aimed below the belt. No slap ever landed here, and the bet's ledger, well, it never moved. Then Ted stopped yelling, and the limo got very quiet.
You know, I've seen you do some bad stuff. I mean, some really terrible stuff to a lot of different people. I just always thought there had to be a limit. I always thought I was the limit.
That line, it hurts more than any slap in this countdown. Ted spent years watching what Barney did to other people and stayed because he believed being his best friend put him behind a line that Barney would never cross. Fan roundups of his worst moments still put this one at the top of everything Barney ever did, and I understand why. My ruling, it's simple. This is the slap that should have landed. I would watch all 9 seasons again to watch this one happen. The show, though, wrote him a groin punch instead, and the bet's official ledger never charged him a single slap for the worst thing he ever did to his best friend. The night, though, it charged him something bigger. Ted said he didn't want to be friends anymore, got out of the limo, and finished his birthday without him. The episode never closes that wound.
Are you saying you don't want to be bros anymore?
I'm saying I don't want to be friends anymore.
The next entry, though, well, this is where it stops being funny because this time there were 2 victims and one of them never found out. So, by season 7, Barney actually had something real for once, which for him never happens. He was with Nora in an honest-to-God healthy relationship. What? And Robin was with Kevin, a genuinely kind man who was serious about her. Then one night, Barney and Robin ended up alone together, and by the morning, there was no undoing it.
Oh my God! I just cheated on Kevin. He is the nicest guy ever. I'm a terrible person.
It's okay. We both cheated.
They agreed to bury it. Robin wanted the night to fade into history. Barney agreed to lie, and the next evening, both couples boarded a 3-hour work cruise together. Both couples and both secrets on one small boat. The universe has a sense of humor. Every confession attempt on that boat collapsed, and somewhere in the farce, Barney stopped feeling guilty and started hoping, because to him, that night had meant something. So when they docked, he did something this list never saw coming. He went to Nora and told her the truth himself, unprompted.
I cheated on you.
I don't even know how to react.
I am so sorry.
She offered him an exit and he refused it, knowing what that answer would cost. Robin tried to tell Kevin that same night, and Kevin, he gently refused to hear it.
There's something I have to tell you.
Then don't.
What?
Just because something needs to be told doesn't always mean it needs to be heard.
So one of them found out and one of them didn't. And the only reason Kevin didn't is that he literally asked her not to tell him. Do you think he's psychic? Like a psychic therapist? That would be so cool. But Barney was the one with the most to answer for that night. But he told the truth unprompted and he paid the whole price alone.
For Barney, the second that would never end was this one.
So the verdict is, he earned a slap for this one, and nobody ever gave it to him though. He owned up, sure, but he still cheated, and for me, that doesn't cancel out. What the honesty bought him that night, it was nothing. He blew up the healthiest relationship he ever had, waited for Robin, and she chose Kevin.
I should go.
Tough night.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. It's nothing.
And after 9 seasons of slaps he's earned and slaps he's bought, the very last slap of the series was something else entirely. Alright, my friends, so the finale hands this list a twist. I love rhyming, but the calm one at that wedding was Barney. The show opens on wedding day panic, then says he'd be fine because he was marrying a rock. Well, the rock had other plans. Robin spent that morning trying to leave.
I can't go through with this wedding. Last year, when you helped Victoria escape this church, how hard was it to climb down that drain pipe?
And later, she told Ted she should be with him. And when he shut that down, well, she simplified the plan.
Well, I'm just gonna run away alone!
2 escape attempts from the bride. And meanwhile, the man this whole video put on trial logged exactly 1 crisis, and it was a tie. Cornflower Blue, at home in Manhattan. And that complaint is his entire panic file for the day.
I'm not nervous. Who's nervous? No one needs to be nervous. Cornflower Blue, Ted. Cornflower Blue!
But his real struggle, it was quieter. He'd been drowning in vows for weeks, a stack of joke promises with loopholes built in. And Marshall and Lily, they roasted every page. So he cut it all down to 1 line.
I've decided to make only 1 vow to you because it's the only one that really counts.
1 honest vow from the most decorated liar the show ever produced. And at some point that day, Marshall cashed the 8th and final slap, and the bet ran out for good.
It's over. The slap bet is finally over?
Yeah, it is, buddy.
Thank you.
And I have to be honest, I wasn't ready for how much that exchange got to me. But the verdict, for the first time in this video, is I don't have one. Because there was finally nothing on the charge sheet. On what could have been his worst day, the man was the calm one. The last slap was 2 friends letting go of the longest running thing they ever shared. Marshall was saying goodbye to the bet, and Barney, after 9 seasons of dreading the next one, was admitting he'd miss it. And since we all know what Barney chose all those years ago, 1 question is left, and it's yours. So, would you rather have 10 slaps in a row or 5 hanging over your head for eternity? Drop your answer in the comments below. And while you're down there, tell me which ruling you would overturn, because somebody's definitely appealing the one where I defended him. And I have something for you, my friend, because there's a video on your screen right now, and you should definitely click it and check it out. And if you don't, well, the jukebox behind you, it starts chanting your name in scrambled numbers. And everyone at your table will swear they heard a million.